Hey, welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm joined by Squeaks.
Squeaks.
Oh my, what happened to Squeaks?
This is the exhausted Squeaks right now.
This is Squeaks midweek.
It's tough right now. It's tough. But I'm here. I'm crawling for you, Frank.
I didn't know that this was the slower version. Normally we record at like 6 a.m, and he's firing on all cylinders.
Oh, man, yeah.
Now we see the difference. Okay, now we know.
After work, bird. Yeah. Oh, God.
It's an early bird.
And we also got Thomas with us today.
Aloha, everybody. Probably the best I've ever looked on a podcast.
Okay.
If you can't see, no, for those of you who really like, if you follow me on social media or whatever, you know that I just got out of surgery. So don't look it up because it'll probably scare you. Don't show your kids. Don't show your wife. They'll be terrified.
We got a good episode for you guys today. It's a mixed bag of folks with the Misfit toys today. We're going to be talking about the Doomsday reveals that we got out of Shanghai. We're going to be talking about some of the Star Trek Day stuff, Emmys, Warner Brothers is going to be suing Midjourney, and a couple other things. But let's first start with our question of the week. So we know we got this BioShock movie that's headed to the big screens. My question for you guys is who should be cast as what? I'll start us off as you guys think this through. Our main two characters that we're going to care about, obviously, is going to be Andrew Ryan and Atlas. For those who aren't familiar, Andrew Ryan is the villain, this very wealthy aristocrat that runs Rapture. And this is all going to be based off the first movie. That was confirmed that it's going to be the first movie for this movie. I'm sorry, first game for this movie. And I would say good guy for the most part, the person helping out Jack, who we play, is Atlas. Mm-hmm. He's the man on the radio. So here are my two picks. For Andrew, I'm thinking we go Cillian Murphy if we could afford him. Because again, really wealthy guy who, he escaped to the government to create Rapture where he has to pay taxes and stuff like that. And then Atlas, who is this hardworking, heavy Scottish accent. I want either Gerard Butler or James McAvoy. And I've got a few more, but I really like the idea of them being like this, like, I'm a hard worker. I led the revolution against Andrew Ryan. That whole thing. And then obviously, I don't necessarily want to spoil anything, but there's that twist at the end. And I think both those characters can do a good job with that twist as well. I'll say it now. They're mob bosses. They become mob bosses. You find out that they were mob bosses and that they actually are a problem as well. And I think both James McAvoy and especially Gerard Butler will play really good Scottish mob bosses, That'd be dope.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. I'm going to counter a little bit.
All right, fire away.
And I actually did have a dream, I guess you could say dream casting for even Little Sisters. So
nice.
We'll start off with oh my gosh, I'm thinking of the villain,
Andrew Ryan.
Andrew Ryan. I'm going with Mark Strong. He's from Kingsman, Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
Cruella. He has, I feel like he just has a bad guy mentality or when he's acting.
Yeah.
And I really do like him. And he's someone that you don't always see. And I think for some of these movies, like popularity movies, that we could pull from a cast that's just not like Chris Pratt and whatnot. Right. Like kind of like dig a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things season 3. He is the
deep cut.
Oh yeah, the brother that got killed at the end. Redemption.
Yes.
Dowry.
Yes,
it's Dowry.
I'm not good.
Honestly, I think he'd be a better Atlas because again, he could have that heavy accent and stuff. But you think he should be Jack, the character we play?
Yeah. I want to see him do the opposite of that type bad boy villain or whatever. And man, I don't know. He's got if you pull up like images of him, he's wearing a suit. He really has that 50s vibe, like he's got the look down. He not
cleans up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so
he has one of those period faces, as they say.
There you go.
Sounds terrible.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it does, but
that's what Thomas has been dealing with this weekend.
The time of month. Yeah, out of the eyeballs for sure. For real. I've had period eyes.
Oh God, Editor Frank, save us.
In those holes.
Yeah. Oh no, we went there. I like Dowry.
But Little Sister though.
Yes.
Did you pick a Little Sister, Frank?
I didn't, but go ahead. What do you got for me?
Because she is the hot thing right now, and on TV off screen. But I'm going with Millie Alcock.
Millie Alcock would be very good for a Little Sister. Yeah.
I want to see it. Loved her in House of Dragons, and I want
Yes.
to see more of her. So.
And she's gonna be outstanding in
this is-
Supergirl. I know it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, this is me coming in as a complete novice.
Okay.
I'll be upfront. Didn't play BioShock because when this came out, it looked scary. All right,
Yeah,
and I was
it
like,
is.
screw that.
Sometimes.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like too afraid to play this. So little sister though looks like a little girl.
Yeah.
Is this character supposed to be a little bit older or like?
No, they should be a
Why
little
would
girl. Millie
Millie
Alcock
Alcock-
is far
yeah.
too old to play the role, frankly, but it'd
Yeah,
be cool to just see her in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dream
okay,
casting.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There really
uh,
should be-
you know, what,
in
what
the
is it, like
sequel,
a
there is an
6-year-old
older
or
little
something?
sister that like grows up and is like defending them by killing people. That could be
Okay.
Millie Alcock, maybe, but yeah.
Because she's like, if I just look at the pictures, I get like Jenna Ortega would probably crush this.
Yeah. That
You
is
think so?
totally up
Okay.
her alley. Like it would be typecasting essentially to get her in this.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like 2 on the nose. All right. Gotcha.
It's like, oh, we need somebody to play Wednesday. Okay. And there you go. There's Jenna.
okay. Fair enough. So one thing I saw here too, and again, not really knowing the game, it looks like some people have fan casted Ewan McGregor as Atlas.
I could totally
What do
see
you?
that.
How do you guys feel about that?
Yes, he was on my short list because the key with him is he's major voice acting. He has to be a really big voice actor because he's on the radio the whole
Mhm.
time, and then he's helping you, punish or beat up Andrew Ryan. And then at the end, the point is like, oh, I've defeated Andrew Ryan. He's like, good, I'm the boss, see? And I was the one actually wanting to take over this joint. And, and he's like the reason things fell apart. So, yeah, Ewan McGregor, we've seen him play a bad guy here and there. He'd be great for this. Birds of Prey, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, Black
Mm,
Mask.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But looks cool.
That's a good one. We would love to hear from you guys. I'll make sure to post this over on Threads. Definitely our most active social media. And here, I would love to hear from you guys who you guys want to play what. That sounds really good to me. Before we go too far, I want to do shout outs. This weekend, we're going to be at CrackerCon. I'm going to be helping the distance learning guys. We're going to be interviewing a bunch of people, running some panels over there. Fun little convention. And that is going to be this Saturday, the 21st. On the 20th, for the Sacramento Developers Collective, we've got a town hall. It's my first time doing one of their town halls. So you want to come and see me talk to people about video game developing and stuff like that and how to do the social media and have it back and forth. If you're in the Sacramento area,
Vote for Frank.
boom, boom, boom.
Vote for Frank.
I'm already there. I'm already, no votes needed, but help me do my job better. It's going to be a fun little board meeting. And then again, the week after that, we're going to be at LA Comic-Con. So if you're in the LA area and you want to hang out, like a Squeaks is all excited, come and join us. We're going to be talking to some really cool people. Talking to you, Tom King. Oh my God. I that's the one. That's the one right there. Where I was like, I'm going to shoot for the moon. I want to talk to Tom King. I'm all high right now on Woman of Tomorrow. So here we go. How far are you on Woman of Tomorrow this week?
I'm just like 110 pages. So my goal is to finish it by next week.
Okay.
I believe. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, cannot wait.
So over halfway.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
good. So
Really good. Really good.
if you guys want to meet us at any of those conventions or whatever, please join us. That'd be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get into the news. Let's talk about Avengers Doomsday. We all saw that image of Dr. Doom. What are your guys' first impressions for that?
It looks comic accurate.
Yeah, right? More than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I really like the visuals of the armor itself. Yeah, I definitely want to dive into a little bit of maybe like symbolisms we see, like omens, maybe if it's like what's the future.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, from what the light show provided, like it looks good. From
The
that,
light
yeah.
show straight up it shows him using like magic, right? When he's spinning this orb thing. I thought that, okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's
We're not
Yeah.
ditching the magic side of Dr. Doom, which is one of my favorite parts about him, is that he
Mhm,
blends.
mhm.
And then if I'm looking at the image right now, if you guys notice his like armbands look like they have like runes on them. And we're seeing his chest
I did
piece that
notice
has
that,
like
yeah.
metal infused in there. They all have like these
Mhm.
runic images. So this mix of, an Iron Man-esque character with a Doctor Strange
Mhm.
magic, they're really good about visual storytelling within the MCU. And I think this is just the next facet of that. And then I don't know, I can't recognize these images that are used to hold his cloak on, but you could almost feel like
Mhm.
those are going to be important. They really seem iconic and visual.
Yeah. New Rockstars did a good breakdown of those.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting because there's like a 6-pointed star in there.
Yeah, on the left.
And that's not really like a logo we've seen before, so it's going to be kind of unique to him.
Mhm.
But if I had to make like a guess as to what it was, is one will symbolize technology and the other one is going to symbolize magic.
I could see that.
And then, yeah, when you were talking about the runes, I feel like there's two things kind of going on there that we've seen in previous Marvel things. One being Loki, obviously with the green, and just kind of seeing that green magic and everything. I think there's going to be something there, especially when we're talking about time travel, different universes, which directly relates to Loki. And then the other thing we got recently, wasn't the biggest fan of the show, but I did like this part, was how they incorporated the magic with technology in Ironheart.
Great point.
So I feel like I got a little bit of that from the visuals, a little bit of the visuals from Fantastic Four. And then there's a glass shattering moment that was very similar to what's the animated show that they did?
First Mighty Tears?
Not that one that came out recently that was about the multiverse.
Oh, yeah, like What If?
Like the other name.
No.
Like What If?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a part where he like moves and then the glass shatters. And it's like just like the opening sequence of What If. So it's like, all right, they're really trying to piece a lot together through Doom. So it was, I mean, it's cool. They got to do it too. Like, it's like badass, but also like if they don't do it now, they're never going to do it. So like they have to show it here.
What are the
I think I was thinking of like symbolizing really is like that glass shatter with that hand coming out. It almost just made me think of like, okay, this is him honestly like going through a portal to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this like dimension things like we're keeping that alive. So I didn't take it as like a cool effect. I took it as like, oh, maybe he's entering somewhere. Did we all see the same thing of like him holding a skull? Did I see that right? Or
Yeah.
right? Okay, so we're gonna get to that. So we're gonna be talking about like eventually him. Maybe we'll get a quick snippet of him killing Thanos real quick.
It's such an iconic moment from, I believe it's Immortal Doom. Am I saying is that one?
Probably because it is in the it's in Secret Wars.
Emperor Doom. There it is. Yes.
Yeah.
But it is such a huge power scale moment, right? When we see him do that, it kind of sets the stage. And I'm like, if anybody needs to know that, it's going to be MCU mainline fans that don't necessarily know comic book stuff. They need to see something that visually tells them that this guy's dangerous. And I think the two big things for that is if you could kill Doom and then seeing the reaction of our Earth seeing Tony Stark's face on this character. Because then it's like, oh, hey, our savior, but he's bad. I think that tells you immediately, like, that's how you get those Thanos level stakes without the, launch pad that we've had for phase 1, 2 through 3. So I think that, showing us it's Tony Stark and showing us a version of Thanos dying in his hands, that's going to really tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's really, if we bring Thanos back to that all-powerful level, like Loki, where it kind of like downplayed his reasoning of collecting the stones and whatnot, because, that Jorah scene, whatever.
Right.
If we could kind of hype that back up and then show how powerful Thanos is, but then you see Doctor Doom kill him within maybe like first 5 minutes of the movie or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, like this is starting something wild. So that's pretty neat.
Infinity War? Like, think about how Infinity War starts, right? Like, all of a sudden, it's just Thanos kicking Hulk's ass. And you're like, what? Wait, how is this happening? Like, how powerful is Thanos? Instantly, like, if we see Doctor Doom rip out Thanos' spine, we're like, oh, shit, this guy is a beast. Like, good luck. How are they going to beat him?
And the dialogue in it is so good, too. And I do like how Thanos brings the fact that I don't have my glove and I don't need it, my gauntlet, and I don't need it. So it does kind of leave that ambiguity out there so that people don't go crazy. Because we do hear that often about like, well, this isn't actually how that would work. He doesn't have his, but still, it would be very visually amazing. And then looking over the video too, I like how not only do we get the X-Men symbol, it's the old Fox X-Men symbol that we get. So it really tells you who we got coming on board. And I'm just so happy to see them again.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, I think the thing I'm most curious about, because we've seen all the rumors of like, this people are going to join with this group and this group's going to join this. But it's like, I really am curious to see how they're going to split up the groups. And I was more even curious when we found out that like when Fantastic Four didn't end with them going to the main universe. And we're like, wait, there's still going to need to be some crossover there. And then wait, the Thunderbolts are going to the Fantastic Four universe is one rumor I heard. It's like, wait, how is this all going to blend and who's going to be fighting who? I mean, I think I'm more excited about that than everybody kind of facing Doom in a way.
Yeah.
Because like seeing, Civil War is still one of my favorite movies and it's just the heroes fighting each other. So dude, that's going to be, oh man, I'm so pumped for that.
And then correct me if I'm, or add more to this, Frank, because I'm kind of drawing a blank here, but we see also Doom sitting on a throne And I was thinking, like, is this late 200s Fantastic Four Doom, or is this that one storyline I'm drawing a blank here where it's like that medieval feel where
That
Doctor
one.
Strange is kind of like his lucky? That's the one you think
That's
we're
the
gonna
one I think we're going to be getting, because then we're going to get
Okay.
that's where you can get all the Hulks involved, right? Because they have their own little town. That's where you can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
subservient Doctor Strange to him, which kind of helps out with that whole magic aura
Yeah.
side of things. And I think
Yeah,
that's
because they introduced Scar next. Is that
Scar
the
was
Hulk
introduced
son?
in She-Hulk. What
She-Hulk,
was it? Yeah, it was.
Let's forget that haircut though.
Yeah, but does pop up
We
in
forget a lot
that.
of things.
And I think that's a place where if you have that kind of battle world or war world, whatever, battle world, that's when Loki can get involved, because I think the instigating factor in this whole thing is going to be Loki saying something's wrong and approaching. And frankly, the thing I'm most excited for is Loki and Thor seeing each other again. That's
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you're so right about that. God, that's gonna be such a cool moment because it's full circle. And you know, when that news came out where Chris Hemsworth was like, I can only do a certain amount of movies because he has that disease. It was like, is this ever gonna happen? And then Loki season 2 ended in this way where it's like Loki might be completely done.
Mhm.
But yeah, knowing that they're both coming back, God, you're right. I'm so hyped for that moment. That's gonna be amazing.
And I think it's going to be the
Yeah.
most full circle moment the MCU has had since we've seen Tony Stark snap his fingers. I think that's going to be a nice way of kind of bringing in phase 1 through 3 into this as well, to kind of give a nice button. Like, you could see the MCU with both phases or both, sagas together as a complete story, the Thor and Loki saga, essentially. And I just think that would be a really cool box set I can't wait to buy someday for too much money.
Yeah. Maybe hot take, maybe shouldn't be a hot take. Maybe it wouldn't have been a hot take if they didn't bring him back as Doctor Doom. But I think like Captain America was one of the only people that really had the most full circle moment. And now by them bringing Robert Downey Jr. back, it's like, all right, well, that story's not done. I guess we have to figure out how to continue it on.
On that note, they already have cars that for Peggy Carter era cars on set.
Oh,
so
really?
Cap's coming back too. We're getting Steve Rogers back.
Yeah, I could see that. They got to do Captain Hydra, right? Like they got to.
Yeah.
So my last question to you both, actually, because Thomas brought it up. We were talking, or Frank, you were talking about X-Men, right? So but Thomas brought up the magic. So with the technology, so we saw Black Panther with the technology. He was doing magic before that, but then we got Fantastic Four. But were you thinking like X-Men playing into this? I know you might have said something, but what do you think we're going to get out of X-Men coming to Doom? Because I understand like the Black Panther and the Fantastic Four, but what do you think for X-Men?
To you, Thomas.
Oh yeah, I think our biggest hint comes from Deadpool Wolverine. Like what they established there, because that universe too, at the end they didn't cross over. I think one of the biggest things, if you talk to any like podcaster, news scooper who was looking at all the future phase 5 and 6 Marvel movies, it was like, well, by the end of it, they're all going to be crossing over to the 616. And that didn't happen in any of them. So knowing that there's all these established universes with their established heroes and we all have like ties to them, somehow either the 616 is going to have to go to that X-Men universe, and then the Thunderbolts is going to go to the Fantastic Four universe. So I think I'm like curious to see how they're going to blend that in. We know that Nightcrawler fights Reed Richards. Yeah. So somehow those universes are going to blend in and there's going to be a battle there, but they're all in their own. Also we got Spectrum and Captain Marvel Captain Marvel in the X-Men universe too.
Yeah, she's out of place.
Yeah, I don't know how. I honestly don't know how they're going to bring them into where they're going to have to like fight for Doom unless they know their universe is ending.
I think it's going to boil down to so much simpler than that. I think classic comic book move. Loki's going to come to each of these people, or it could be one of the Watchers, but I think Loki is the one that's better established for the situation in the MCU, and be like, we need your help on this battle world, and recruit the best of the best from each world and throw them in this planet to try to take out Dr. Doom, who's setting up to invade all the multiverse.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're right. It is that, because especially if Dr. Doom goes, invades Loki, beats Loki, then Loki's like, I need your help. I wasn't supposed to leave my post. I have to leave my post.
Yeah.
And goes to the different universe. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. I think you're right.
That's pretty good.
I can't wait, guys. We are we're doing good around here with Marvel stuff, that's for sure. Let's shift into Star Trek. So it's the 59th anniversary of Star Trek. We had our Star Trek Day. I always love Star Trek Day. Next is going to be the 60th next year. And they had a bunch of announcements. I'm going to shoot through a few of these. Let me know where to stop. We have Starfleet Academy coming out next year on Paramount Plus. We have a new preschool show called Star Trek Scouts. Squeaks as a papa with 2 little girls.
Yeah, stop here.
Are you going to be showing them this?
So I don't know. So I am curious because we're trying to make this push for Paramount to be more like a successful streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really weird, but I get tactful at the same time that we're just going to put this on YouTube. That's either saying like, hey, we don't have maybe the pull of Star Trek to bring people in.
Yeah.
But and then maybe like fans or whatever are not fully like introducing their children to Star Trek, whatever. But I think this is a trick because a lot of kids like to go on YouTube and start exploring.
Yes.
If they come into this, that's where the views come, right? So it's almost like one side wants to say like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're not like helping yourself, helping like the streaming service that, we talked about not too long ago, Paramount Plus, right? Was going to be this massive plans, ideas coming in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get the other side of it where, parents are just letting their kids run the iPad or phones, and then they might come onto this.
Marco, iPad fiend, watches YouTube all the time. And I think this is how you get them hooked into the fandom, and then, pay for the good stuff later on. But I think this is and I even noticed like these 3 kids, because Marco watches the Spider-Man one and there's a new Iron Man one. Same exact look, right?
Exactly.
3 kids, different colored outfits. I mean, I think it's just like a clone, essentially, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to hook these kids into the world of Star Trek and then be like, okay, by the way, if you want to watch something cool, boom, over here on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, because that's an easy like, oh, I thought this was the next Spider-Man Friends or Iron Man, whatever the one they got now. But so that's just my take on like, this is weird that it's just coming on YouTube for free, but I understand the tactic, but I don't know it'll be that successful for them.
Are you going to show your girls that show?
I'll probably watch it by myself.
The tactic has worked. We've got a Star Trek fan to be a Star Trek fan. All right.
Yeah. But that's a good call on it looking just like the Spider-Man and Friends and stuff. And yeah.
But wait, question for you as like a Star Trek fan who is there any other Star Trek you feel like you could show your kids right now if it wasn't this show?
I think just Prodigy, right?
Could you
Prodigy,
show them like
but even Prodigy's kind of like 10-year-old,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of cool. Like if you really were like, I want to get some Star Trek, but I gotta like entertain my 5-year-old, it's like you both kind of can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think hopefully this expands that genre. I mean, there's tons of stuff on Disney that fits this description of, what they're going for animation wise. So hopefully maybe this might open up anything. And you know what would be cool is if one day like, my daughter's watching it and then I kind of walk by and take a look at it, I'm like, oh shit, this is like a Clone Wars where you just kind of run into that story where it's a little deeper, but not so deep on surface level. So that'd be neat.
Here's the cool factor I want to throw out there. They watch this show. They like it, have no ties to you at all. Someday you're watching Next Generation again or Voyager or whatever. Or maybe you're watching Strange New World. And they're like, oh, they're wearing the same shirt. And they start asking you questions about the show you're watching. And then suddenly, boom, gateways opened up. Welcome to the fandom.
Yeah, I mean, if the long as the Star Trek logo is extremely recognizable and this or is shown in this, if I'm wearing my sweater, the daughters will recognize me like, oh shit, what is that?
There you go. Good kids.
So,
they got a new podcast coming out. It's one of those dramatized audio scripted podcasts. That's the word I was looking for the entire time. Called Con. It's about his time on set of Alpha 5. This is kind of Khan becoming the man that we all fear in Wrath of the Khan. And I love the idea of them changing mediums. Like, hey, we need more time to tell the Khan story. So they get good voice actors, and they're bringing in they're bringing in some talent from the actual, universe. Tim Russ is in this and stuff to tell the story. George Takei's in this as well. And I just really like the idea of changing things up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It just started.
Can you compare this? Is this going to be like these Amazon audiobooks?
Yes, or I'll just say right now, Sandman for you. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's what I know you're waiting to hear that one.
Sandman, the audiobook was so freaking good.
James McAvoy called it out earlier on. Guy's a badass.
Yeah. That counts too. Insane. But yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how many of those like scripted podcast stories do you guys listen to?
Oh, sure.
Because I feel like it only started getting popular these last few years. I remember like when I was just starting podcasting and I was like man, it'd be super cool if there was like a badass Wolverine story,
Mhm.
there wasn't one for a long time. And like, even if you wanted to buy an audiobook or something, like there might have been like 2.
Yeah.
And now it feels like these are getting more popular. So I'm like, I'm wondering how many people are listening to this stuff. But it's like, I'm kind of on board with it because I don't know a lot about COD and it's got a killer cast.
Yeah.
So that seems, yeah.
So
Sweet.
the for me, I would say there's a Batman one that came out that was fantastic, and then there
Oh,
was
yeah.
there's Old Man Guardians of the Galaxy one that was really good.
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord, Old Man Star-Lord, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I listen to audiobooks, which is kind of the same vibe.
Mhm.
You know, it's just episodic essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And I'm
true.
behind on those too. So I'm behind on everything right now.
Yeah.
All right.
And I haven't listened to those either.
I'm looking forward to losing a lot of money on this. Star Trek is now going to be teaming up with Lego. There we go, Squeaks.
Man, this I've skipped a lot, and I already told Sarah this morning when I saw this. I've skipped a lot of big Lego sets.
Yeah.
Okay, I skipped the Dungeons and Dragons. I'm probably skipping the Black Pearl one that's coming out. I'm not skipping this set. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not. Okay, I already told her I don't give it. I'm tired of it. I'm not doing it.
So,
I'm buying this.
I was 100% on the Black Pearl. Then when they announced this, I was like, I can't be 100% on that Black Pearl
Yeah.
anymore.
Exactly, because that's a big cost to be like this around
Yeah.
maybe around the corner. You know, so
How much are you willing to spend on like a full-size Enterprise?
oh man, I think gosh man, I want to say my dream number would be like max 200, but I know it's gonna be like
Oh.
300, 375.
Yeah,
right?
375, I
Yeah.
think, probably about fair.
Yeah, because the Black Pearl's I think around that range. So
Black Pearl's sitting around 5, yeah.
holy shit.
I think, yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty
damn.
sure. I was watching
5?
somebody like show all the parts. It was like, there's so much cool stuff inside.
Yeah, oh my god. I hope the Enterprise, whatever ships they do, really like a lot of the other sets I have, like open up, you know,
Yeah.
like have a boop, and then I get Kirk sitting on the captain chair.
That's what I
That's all I
want.
need.
Yeah, you got to be able to reveal
Yeah,
the bottom
yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
You know,
Last big thing here, we have the Star Trek cruise announced again. This was going to be setting sail February 20th to the 27th, and William Shatner is going to be on this one. I have not been on a Star Trek cruise yet, but I'm always jealous every time because I'm such a cruiser. You think I would just combine my two favorites?
Yeah.
And you always see
Yeah.
like Robert Picardo in a spa doing a video like, "Hey guys, we're talking about Star
That's so
Trek."
cool.
It's like, oh, am I not there?
That's so cool. Where are these
Well,
cruises going out of?
They usually go to the
Yeah.
Caribbean,
How do you get on? Yeah. So what? Going out of like California, Florida,
Texas, and Florida, usually.
Okay.
Gotta make it
Let's
happen.
see. Yeah.
Make it big
Celebration opened January 1st with a Rose Parade float.
Yeah.
Is that thing?
The Rose Parade is
Hey,
going to be
okay.
January 1st because it's going to be a full year of the 60th anniversary. So they're doing a lot of smaller
So-
things too, like again the Rose Parade and stuff like that. It's going to be a good year to be a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
I think.
Now with this and with the upcoming, I thought Stranger Things. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stranger Things was ending soon. Not Stranger Things. Sorry, Strange New Worlds was ending soon.
it's 2 more seasons.
Is that 2 more seasons? So with the news that we just talked about, do you feel more confident with Star Trek in the future, or Star Trek with the future, or
Man.
less? Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't. I don't. My hopes are pretty low.
So let me pitch this to you. I was
Okay.
worried
Pitch it to
because
me.
I was like,
Yep.
man, it takes a lot of faith to have Star Trek be successful. It's not a cheap show, and whenever you watch these things, the CGI is always top notch, and more so than it was in the '90s in comparison. But I
Yeah.
think that we might be into some good hope right now because Skydance seems to be doubling down on everything. They're wanting 2
okay.
Star Trek movies, and I'm going to throw this little bit of news at you, which I don't think is good for everything as a whole, but who knows? Paramount and / Skydance then just put an offer in to go buy WB, which would be HBO. And an
Mhm.
HBO version of
What
Star
the
Trek
hell?
is, well, I mean, maybe my dream, you know?
Yeah.
So Paramount's willing to buy WB as a
Yes.
whole, or just this?
It just says straight up WB. They
What
put a bid in
the
for it already.
hell?
I know.
Yeah, man.
That's not good for the industry, but it's really awesome as a Star Trek fan.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
that is crazy news.
I was
Wow.
gonna ask about that. So what's
Wow.
interesting about San Diego Comic-Con? You got me into Star Trek. I'm still learning a lot about it. I really like Strange New World.
Yeah.
But the activations, like Paramount goes all out.
Mhm.
Like Paramount owns San Diego, I feel like, for Comic-Con. Like even Marvel, like Marvel has the big announcements, but they're not like covering the streets with stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's full on Star Trek buildings, right, in San Diego. And I enjoy the show, but it's not like a thing I know a lot of when I talk to like casual fans who just watch TV. It's not a thing they watch. Like I'm like, have you watched Star Trek? That's like a fringe thing. Like Star Wars, I feel like, is borderline just everybody
Yeah,
sometimes,
I think it's more
right? Like even
accessible
that.
too. Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it's like, I wonder though, if that does open the scope up for Star Trek, and maybe in some good ways, like you get more fans and the budget goes up, but also maybe it takes it away from like what you feel like is Star Trek. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think some people feel like that with Star Wars, where it's like, this isn't Star Wars anymore. Like they're doing too much shit that we don't care about, you know, like I wonder if that's going to happen, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask both questions. So Thomas, since you've seen like experiences of like, physical
activation.
What are your activations for you? And these props and whatnot, and that Paramount puts on. And then Frank, obviously you've been a big Star Trek fan. We all know what WB is like. Would we rather see WB by Paramount or Paramount acquisition WB? Like, what do you feel like, I guess, you would have more trust with? I mean, because WB is massive in the part of like DC and then Harry Potter, but then Paramount, you got Paramount Plus. What do you think?
I think WB can attract better talent in the director field and the writing field, but I think Paramount respects their properties a little bit more. If we look at like, I think a better example might be a parallel here is A Song of Ice and Fire. I think they'll spit out spin-offs to Game of Thrones until the fucking sun burns out. But Paramount, I think, respects the writers to make the choice on what's best. And while I disagree sometimes what they think is the best, Alex Kurtzman, who's been doing a lot of the Star Trek stuff, is a Trekkie who's making everything. And
I think that's what's important, right? Because you're talking about writing, and we got the Halo series from Paramount, and that was a little too much trust.
That's true. And you know what? It felt like the Halo series wasn't really written by Halo fans. So that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was like Paramount not doing a Paramount thing in a way, right? Like that was, yeah, that was almost opposite. But like, imagine Halo with WB and like HBO.
Yeah.
That show would have been insane, even though the special effects are super good. But the thing is, like, yeah, maybe. But man, I sat in a panel. This wasn't this year, but like a year ago. And they were talking about the Star Trek, and it was the show I hadn't watched. I think it was like Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude who was talking about the showrunner, man, the passion, the knowledge about the property, it got me fired up. Like, even not knowing Star Trek, I was like, man, this dude cares. And he really likes it. And he was talking about other celebrities who are like secret Star Trek fans and how they're developing things with them. Long story short, I mean, you know about this, Frank, but it's like Paul Giamatti, he wasn't even on the radar to like do a Star Trek thing. And then after he won his Academy Award, he like reached out to somebody at Star Trek, was like, I want to be in a Star Trek thing. What do you have going on? And they're like, oh, trust me, we're going to find something for you. And now he is part of something, right?
For Starfleet Academy. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So it's like I think they do have some pull. I agree with you. I think that the people who are fans of it are fans. And I think the people who work on it like know their shit. But I do think there might be a positive too to kind of expanding it out, because even for me, if it wasn't for Strange New Worlds, I would feel like it would be hard for me to get into.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty big nerd. Like I dive into stuff, but like I didn't even know where to start with Star Trek.
That might be probably a little bit of a Paramount Plus problem too, right? Because I feel like that streaming service, for some reason, I have it because of Survivor and Star Trek. I don't really have it. Maybe Ghosts. That's about it. I would say HBO is a lot more accessible to everybody. And I am a huge believer in the fact that they just need to start putting it out on CBS again. Like, make it something that's accessible to everybody in Middle America, to the West Coast and East Coast. Get it out there. But I think, HBO would get more recognition than it does on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. I'll worry some.
It's going to be interesting. Man, the whole Skydance thing, I think, is just a whole, like, mess in a lot of ways. Like, there could be some good things, there could be some bad things. You got Ellison's coming out who own everything. Like it's crazy.
Bring home the all-new Naked Gun on digital now. See Liam Neeson like never before as Frank Drebin Jr. as he leads Police Squad in this outrageous comedy. Also starring the iconic Pam Anderson. Buy the film critics are calling one of the funniest movies of the decade, and get nearly an hour of gut-busting extras, including deleted scenes, outtakes, and more. Available at participating retailers, rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures. Let's talk about the 77th Emmys. And studio cleaned house for comedy. Rightfully so, but of course, I want to share my anger with everybody else. How did they not thank Sal Saperstein? Like, why did that not happen? Come on.
That's funny.
That would be hilarious.
That would be good.
During
I saw
shit.
that joke
during
going around.
the
It was like,
technical Emmys, they did it a bunch. So I gotta say that it was a bunch.
Okay.
Like all the different shows were doing it too, not just studio. Everybody was doing it, so that was fun.
nice.
Oh man, if he just stood up in the back, the actor, that would have been so hilarious. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. That studio show is just phenomenal. The
Yeah.
way it was shot, the way just acting,
good.
bringing in the big stars in it for these one-off episodes. It's just like it's a surprise almost every
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
the
the
anxiety
studio,
that it gave me, like man,
for
Yeah.
sure. Like the studio is what the Bear pretended to be for years.
Oh, I love that take. Yeah, because I'm
You
kind of tired
know,
of the Bear,
like,
frankly. I haven't even finished the
but-
latest season. That's nuts, actually.
Me neither.
Hmm.
Me neither. But like the studio's an actual comedy.
Yeah.
Like the Bear, like Christina, like there was a study that like your heartbeat goes up
Yes, sir.
20 beats per minute watching the Bear, which is like, that's like going to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like actually going to the dentist. That's not funny.
Yeah.
That's like stressful.
Well,
Yeah.
the studio definitely stresses me out too, though. That anxiety with like those winners
Sure,
man.
kills me.
That's true.
So what?
yeah.
What were some of the highlights out of the winners for you guys that you took away as like well deserved, or man, they totally blindsided this?
Tramel Tillman for
Heck
Severance.
yeah.
Banging. Like I was like, that's sick. Although I liked the rest of the people that were nominated in the category too.
Mhm.
I was like, there's some good talent across the board. I didn't watch The Pit. It's on my list.
Same.
But
on my list.
again, stress. Like, do I need stress from like my comedy and from drama? I don't know. But like Jean Smart for me, you know how
I
big
know.
of a fan I am with Hacks. Like, and dang, I'm forgetting her co-star in the show is also phenomenal. She had maybe the most controversial acceptance speech and probably one of the most awesome ones too, in my opinion.
Hannah
and then
Einbinder.
Kristen Milioti.
Hannah. Yeah, Hannah Einbinder. There it is.
Yeah.
I was looking for it while you were talking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope. But like, I also that show too needs to get more credit. Like if you're not watching that, if you like the studio and you're not watching that, you're missing out on some good TV that's been out for years. I love that show so much. I ride hard for Hacks, so I'm super happy that they finally got some
I'm
awards.
starting my journey on that right now. To me,
Hell
the
yeah.
biggest thing, I'm such a Stephen Colbert fanboy. I watch it every single day. And so to see not only when he came out in the beginning and got that standing ovation, and then him winning and another standing ovation, and seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. And, this was hosted on CBS. It would have been the perfect time for him to talk smack about his own company who just, canceled the show. But he had his chin held up high, thanks to he
Yeah.
brought everybody that works for him. 200 people were in the audience that works for him. And he just sat there and thanked them all, and afterwards and stuff like that. It was truly a celebration of the Stephen Colbert Show, the late show Stephen Colbert. It was really fun as a fan to see that recognition go to a person I feel truly deserves it. It was really well earned.
Yeah. He's a class act, man. He had a good speech too. I like when they try to bring you to the ground, you got to punch a hole through the ceiling.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Bars.
What do you think, Squeaks?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with Kristen Milioti.
Yes,
If I'm saying that
for
right.
sure.
And I'm saying this for sure. One, she was phenomenal in the TV series The Penguin,
Mhm.
but because it's The Penguin, that's why I'm bringing it up, because some time ago that we thought these movies are just blockbuster Summerfest. It's not deserving of anything really. It's not real movies.
Yeah.
But then when you get a different mind that can grab something out of that universe and create something like The Penguin that's dark and it's grounded.
Yeah.
It just shows like something phenomenal can come out of a universe where
Geek
a guy
culture
dresses up
can
and,
thrive somewhere, right? Like if you
Yeah,
still have good craft in it.
exactly.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
I'll throw out Andor one for writing too. So it was like, oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Geek,
Yeah.
a Star Wars movie, a Star Wars show one for writing. How crazy is that? And
Yeah. Right. That is.
Yeah. Tony Gilroy deserved it though,
Yeah.
man. That was like one of the best shows of the year. It's like it won 5 awards, right? But I almost feel like it deserved more. I don't know
Yeah.
if I agree that Diego Luna deserved the award, but like he definitely deserved something, man. That show was
not even
so good.
nominated,
And
which is
that-
kind of crazy. But yeah, I think at least a nomination would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. I mean, the supporting cast, the one chick who played like the spy working for
Mm.
the
Luthen.
art guy. I'm like blanking her. Yeah, for Luthen.
Mhm.
Dude, she like came out of nowhere and crushed it. That was her first role ever.
So yeah, first time acting, and she
Like,
just killed
what?
it.
Yeah, like, phenomenal. So like,
oh, man.
yeah, I'm happy that show got something too.
And then
plus the yellow dress and the penguin. Meh, Miliardi.
I know she was fun on stage too. Her speech was very passionate and stuff like that. Nate Bargatze kind of gamified this Emmy. For those who didn't watch it, you have 45 seconds to give your thanks, and it was for the Boys and Girls Club of America, I believe. He was going to donate $100,000. For every second you went over that, he was going to take 1,000 away, and every second you went under that, he's going to put 1,000 into it. And so I thought it was a lot of fun for him to kind of like be showing. So like when John Oliver won, he just went up there. He's like, "Thanks everybody, bye," and it added like $20,000 to the pot. But then Colbert ended up like talking for 30 seconds over, so it sucked it down 30,000. So that was a lot of fun.
That's so funny.
And then-
okay, I did not know what that was
Yes.
when I was seeing some of the clips.
Oh, it was great.
Man, Nate Bargatze has $100,000 he can put up.
Well,
Dude, that guy's
I
making
want to
too much
clarify
money,
something even
bro.
better. At the end, they were negative like $30,000. And so he's like, I'm not going to take money from these kids. So CBS donated $100,000 right off the bat, and he donated $250,000. And then Hannah donated $20,000.
What?
Yes.
That's pretty messed up though from the acceptance speeches. Don't you think?
To go over.
I mean, that's kind of
These selfish
Oh,
celebrities.
It was so
Yeah.
great because as soon as they started going over, it put the counter behind them showing money be taken away from kids. And so you're just watching somebody talking like, it's winding down. It was so much fun. They did a
Oh,
great
man.
job.
That's funny.
Oh, man. One of the better Emmys. Shout out to them for trying to make it fresh and new. I really like
Yeah, and viewership was way up, I think, right?
it. Was, yeah, from what I saw.
Yeah.
They made it really accessible
didn't watch
online
it, but-
too. It was on was it Paramount Plus? We were just talking about Paramount. Yeah, it was on that too.
Oh, cool.
Next up is Warner Brothers Discovery. They're suing Midjourney right now over copyright infringement. Have you guys used AI to make any images that are like Batman or something like that over the last couple
Oh
of years?
yeah. Mostly like nude misfortunes, but yeah.
So Riot has your
A
number.
bunch
man.
of Power Girl, but like whatever, you know?
Oh,
like-
girl. So this is what it looks like under that white.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used Midjourney. Is it pretty easy?
Midjourney is extremely easy. It's all Discord based. It's
Is
very
it?
easy. I use ChatGPT for a lot of stuff, but so what's going on here is Midjourney, it trained off of copywritten material. We know that. And so when people ask for, I want Batman, well, what you have to be careful. You can't necessarily say like, I want Batman, but I want Christian Bale as a dark superhero made by WB. It's going to give you Batman. And so they're suing them. Here's the number that they're throwing out there. And I know we've been going back and forth on this. $150,000 per infringement work. And
Oh shit.
they're saying, oh, this will be multiple millions. I did the math on this, and I think it's actually going to be in the trillions, and that sounds insane, but I think it's enough
Oh.
to take Midjourney out. So, a couple questions for you guys going into this. Should AI companies be accountable for this kind of copyright infringement?
I don't know. I almost want to say no, because what you're doing, you're putting out this software and people are using it, right? They're creating their own images of it, and you're just on the back end to like build it, right? So it's not like I'm not telling you to make this image. I just program to make any image you want. But I don't know, man. That's such, we talk about AI multiple times and putting out trailers and stuff like that. It looks so real.
Yeah.
But it's what's stopping me from asking any AI service to make me, Christian Bale, dark superhero
Yeah.
in the WB universe, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have
Hard to
like,
capture.
yeah, I agree with you. It is like, it's weird territory because it's new. So little like inside baseball, my wife, as she was going through law school, that was like her thing. Like she did IP law. So it's really interesting because when I look at social media, we all breaking the rules. Like
Mhm.
everybody's like taking content and trailers and
Yeah.
pictures and all that stuff, but it's commentary, right? Like we're talking about what's going on. And that is part of, in some way, fair use. As long as you're describing what's going on and you're talking about it, you have an opinion about it, that's fine. That's why like Colbert, for example, can play clips of things or whatever, as long as he's adding some type of commentary. But what's interesting about what Midjourney is doing is like literally taking people's work and saying, okay, we're going to use that to then create intelligence to make our work better.
Yeah.
Like it's like taking what you
Yeah.
did, we're using that and now we're making this. And
Some
so
of
like
it is better too. I mean,
some of
I'm
it
not
is,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie.
But
It's
like,
pretty good.
but that's what's interesting also about like art, right? Like it is kind of subjective. There's some art that everybody loves, there's some that people don't, but like, I don't know. I find like it has to go somewhere because there is no regulations, and like the federal government just put in a rule, no like serious regulations for, I think it's the next decade.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's to stop anybody from creating anything and then getting stolen? So I think this might be the case where attorneys can bring up like their client comes in, let's say you're this amazing painter and someone keeps stealing your work online. They can use this case as an example to be like, hey, you can't steal his work. He has to get paid for this. And so like, it's, yeah, who cares? Not who cares, but like, I think Midjourney is the big enough target
Right.
to make a dent to say, hey, don't steal these people's work because you can get sued like Midjourney. And then that can then set precedent. So I think it's more of an example than it is like, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like
and
they're just
'cause if you-
targeting Midjourney.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Frank.
Well, we're
Yeah.
in the early stages of developing these laws, so you have to kind of scrape some edges and stuff like that to kind of get something that'll shape out to make sense. So if you have to take somebody to court like this and be brutal over it, then these $2 billion companies are going to come together, but then all the small guys are going to use this as an example. One of the
Yes.
things, like to play devil's advocate,
Yeah.
I'm against Midjourney on this case myself because I see that they're scraping data instead of actually training off of it. But one of the defenses from the AI loyalists is that what if an artist, I want to become a better artist, and I really practice, Jim Lee's art style, and I really want to draw like Jim Lee, and eventually I do. Am I then, when I make something original, but using Jim Lee's art style because that's what I trained off of, am I copying Jim Lee? Does he own a piece of my art now? I would say no, but that's what the AI people are saying that the AI is doing.
Yeah, because then what Thomas was saying, how nitty gritty do you get to where like, oh, I stole like Jim Lee's art or this painter's art if I just tweak what I wanted a little bit differently? Like, so I got this wonderful picture, and Frank knows, of like the Charlie Brown cast dressed up as the Green Lantern Corps, or all the corps.
Hell yeah, I love that one too.
Like,
I think I was there
amazing,
when you
right?
got that. Yeah,
Oh,
that was sick.
yes. We were
I was like, damn, why didn't I buy that?
So now I'm thinking, like, wonder if I told AI that, like, hey, do the same thing, let's say Snoopy as a Green Lantern. I mean, I feel like that's something that's not like so impossible to like, I never seen this before. It could only come from this one person, So how do you like really, really track that? Like, who's to say? I mean, what? It's his word, my word kind of thing.
All right. Not an attorney, from what I understand at the basic level. There is like percentages. So like if it's X% different, it's okay. And there's like different stipulation. Again, like if you copy, if like we take a trailer, but we're talking over the trailer, I mean, the studios can still take it down. Like you've gotten that, Frank, I've gotten that. But right. But as long as you're adding commentary, so there is already rules set in place for like art, like physical art like that. But the thing is like, yeah, we're in uncharted territory because it's digital. And it's like, the other thing too is like you are putting effort, right? Like, so if you like, we're like, I'm going to do Jim Lee, it's like, you have to still sit down and draw that. There's like human effort. The other thing, like, I guess you could say there's effort by the AI, but like, is there? There's no way to like really quantify that level of effort that you had to put into copy, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's another thing too, where I don't know. I kind of go back and forth. I love AI in certain things. Do I think it should like steal people's art? Like, no, but I don't know. It's like I don't know where I really
because then
fall
you
on
can
that.
really just argue on the fact like, well, how do I know that person didn't steal it off somebody else?
Right.
It's so weird right now with the context that I'm bringing of just like buying art at a convention or something. But it's really tough to pinpoint, I feel like.
And I think that's the important part of us having conversations about this as the story develops. We talked about with fan art before, we've talked about with AI trailers before, and now we got this lawsuit coming out. And over the years, as we discuss this further and further, I think the picture will become clearer and clearer. And then we'll finally have a law in place that we could actually compare things to and pinpoint it. But if we don't discuss it, then it all happens without our understanding. And when the law comes out, we might not have any context to back it up. And so I think we got to follow this through.
So should I copyright the things that I make with AI? So I'm in the fantasy football team right now.
Actually, talk about precedent. That has been ruled that if you make something with AI, it cannot be copywritten.
Yep. That's actually a new thing within the last couple
Someone's gonna
months.
copy my stuff now. So my team is called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So
that's dope.
I have
That's
Lamar
good.
Jackson. Literally,
Dude, that's amazing.
I mean, I guess I don't know if it really looks like Lamar Jackson, but someone all in purple with a football kind of gear on, and he's yeah, looks like Thanos, a mixture of Lamar Jackson and Thanos.
That's incredible.
So
Yeah.
as my logo. So
No, but if you created a logo, like if you did create the logo, like you know what, you could take that AI, draw it yourself, show that you did the work on Photoshop,
yeah,
then get it copywritten or patent or whatever. And then, yeah, if he's showing up like that, then you could have a case.
dude, what the fuck? This is something, Frank. Okay, if we ever own a booth, we can mix football players with superheroes, and I feel like that might sell.
If we had an artist to draw it, we can't sell AI art at these booths.
I'll trace it.
Yeah, but now
And now you're
How do you know it's
stealing
AI?
from Midjourney.
I'm getting him back. Shit.
Conventions are fighting against. Well, actually, they're having a big war about this. But one of the recent big conventions actually shut down a booth because they had AI art. And then another convention a week later said, "Hey, we're not like these guys. If you have AI art, come on over and sell it." And so now it's like,
That's crazy.
I know, right? It's a whole convention thing. It's
Yeah, but then it's like, how do you know though? Like, what's it?
yeah.
You know, how do you know that's AI?
Right now
or
we
it's
could
just
spot
like
it, but at
someone-
some point we won't be able to. That's very true.
Yeah.
It's getting
I
close to
don't know,
that
I
right
feel
now,
like that's
matter of
tough, you know. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll have to keep an eye on it. I know that, like, for me, I right now I made a gift for somebody, and I took an image and I wanted it to look like a painting, and so I told ChatGPT, "Here's an image that I took with my phone. I want it to look like a painting," and it did it. And I was like, I probably should have paid somebody like a couple bucks on Fiverr to do that for me, but I didn't. And so, like, I don't know how, it's a
Maybe it was done
personal thing. It's a
faster.
personal gift, but hey, that's all out there. How much of that did I
Yeah.
steal?
Yeah. I love that you use the
Lawsuits coming.
metaphor of like, as it goes on, the picture gets clearer and clearer for a thing about AI art, which was a great metaphor.
While
That
I was
my
saying
favorite
it, I was
part.
like, how can I bring this back? And I was like, I can't. And then I just kept going.
Well, that did it for you.
All right.
Copy that,
shit.
AI.
We got a couple quickies. Let's visit these. So we have the announcement of the next Superman movie in the Superman saga, and it is coming out July 9th, 2027. Please come faster. With a couple images, and I love how they're working together. So we had David Corn Sweat, Nicholas Hoult, and of course James Gunn releasing these images on their own Instagram account, different ones. And speaking of Jim Lee, we have the Superman with the war suit, the battle suit or power suit, whatever you want to call it. I've heard 3 different freaking names over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, comment on
Yeah.
TikTok. Lex Luthor's suit. We have heard that they're going to be working together a little bit in this thing. It's an uneasy alliance. Who are they
Freaking knew
fighting?
it.
Who are they fighting,
You
guys?
know why? Brainiac, easy.
That's
I'm
my
ready
boy.
to jump on this one. You know why it's
Yeah.
Brainiac? I'm already getting Brainiac vibes from Peacemaker. I feel it's coming, and it's the only thing
Interesting.
that's really going to team up. It's the only really thing that's going to team up
good.
them two. We're gonna get the fights together because we obviously want to see Lex Luthor in his armor
Yeah.
fight Superman. Hell yes, right? Beginning of the movie. Second half, hey, we have to team it together because Brainiac, these issues of Action 275 and above, or whatever, are Brainiac trying to suck up the universes. Wonder if one of the conversations that are had is Brainiac talking to Superman, like twisted a little bit, like they did with the Superman's parents. Hey, your world was destroyed because I sucked it up because I wanted the knowledge. Think
Yeah.
of that. How hard is that going to hit Superman? I never get to know my family because of you. So I don't know. I feel like they could be a little twist there and add there. I'm feeling it.
I like that.
Feeling it.
I agree, man. I think it's definitely Brainiac.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. But like it'd be cool to see if they could come up with a different villain. I just don't know who it would be where it would need both of them to fight him off,
And if it's
Yeah,
any
something
bigger,
big.
like if you go to like Apocalypse, then it's
Right.
Then you need Justice League. So it can't go bigger than Brainiac either.
Doomsday. Or
Yeah,
Darkseid,
Doomsday.
Darkseid,
Doom- yeah,
Darkseid.
yeah.
Yeah, Dark Side. Yeah.
Sorry.
But you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like it can't go any big. So like Brainiac seems like the perfect blend there, and we don't, and also how many more characters in like the Justice Gang? Maybe at this point they start changing to the Justice League. Do we get
True.
like that'll change things too? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we'll
I
get a
think it's
tiny bit
Brainiac.
more with Brainiac, and then we'll start maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, go to Darkseid to build really that Thanos timeline, where
Right.
multiple movies. You start getting the
The new gods.
post credits
more-
of him, maybe
Okay, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like build up. I'm hoping for that, and I'm hoping. Oh, I want to see Darkseid.
Okay, so here
freaking
we
bad
go.
on the screen.
Let's throw this out there. We're talking about Peacemaker being a big part of this, and he talked about how Peacemaker is going to be leading to the future. Okay. We're getting a lot of portal work. We already got a portal in Superman.
That's
What if
Superman,
those
yeah,
are all
yeah.
boom tubes? And
Mhm.
we're going to get like mother boxes introduced here pretty soon or whatever. And so, yeah, we're going to see New Gods. We're going to see Apocalypse. We're going to see Darkseid because they're all leading in that direction. Do you think they would jump the gun and get there that fast?
I think we already got a hint of it. So there was a conversation. I'm so mad that we're talking about this right now. I can't remember, but the female that's kind of like helping Peacemaker out, like that knows about the door and stuff like that. I forget the name.
Adebayo?
Yes. She says something to them while they're in that shack in the woods that like super triggered. I looked at my wife and I was like, oh shit, I think I might know what this might lead up to. I'm sorry, I'll have to come back and get the quote. I don't know. I'll have to fast forward to that scene and then I'll text it to you all. I'll text it to the group chat. But that led me to it. So I'm like, oh shit, I think this is Brainiac. And I think this is, with the images of that they're putting out with Jim Lee. And I was like, I think this is what's going to happen next. So yeah, I do believe that we're pretty fast. We already started off with Superman starting fast. I mean,
that's fair. That's true.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we're getting Woman of Tomorrow. That's essentially, it's not an origin story for Supergirl.
No.
Which is, I think is just going to be, like I told you, I texted you, Frank, about James Gunn and the aliens and stuff like he did with Guardians.
Man. When you're reading that book, doesn't it feel like a Guardians book just that has Supergirl?
Yes, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the outcome.
Yeah.
That this product's going to be, it's going to be phenomenal. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I think we are moving super fast. Hell yeah, we need it too.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of nothing for so long with DC.
Yeah, I think you guys nailed it all fronts. The one thing I kind of want to stay away from, like for DC though, is like, can we just not do the multiverse?
Yeah,
I want them to like end this chapter, like where Peacemaker kind of closes, like this is a mother box, it is a boom tube. He's able to like store it away in that little thing that looks like his helmet, and it doesn't come up till after, Man of Tomorrow.
I'm cool with
that. Where somehow like Peacemaker gets brought into the bigger universe, he leaves that device behind, and then 2-3 projects down the line, 4 projects down the line, they're like, hey, bust that out. Because whatever, we need to get to Darkseid on the other side of the universe.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see the other 99 dimensions and all that stuff. Like, let's just stay in this universe.
100% agree. And hopefully James Gunn kind of heard that complaint with the Marvel side of things, how it's just so messy right now. But do we not want to see Injustice maybe? I think that'd be pretty
dope.
Injustice is good. Make sure you guys watch that. The animated movie for Injustice is quite good too.
Yeah.
I'll throw out this one real fast. While I do think it's Brainiac, and I do hope that Alan Tudyk, who plays one of his robots, can play Brainiac. Just want to toss it in there because Alan Tudyk is God. I think one of the easier outs might be Bizarro, because we already have Ultraman being sucked into that portal. He could be coming back out as Bizarro. And hey, Lex, you made Bizarro. I need your help with this guy. That could be a thing. So
yeah, I feel like that's too small, but I feel like I could see that.
Yeah, there has to be something like Lobo or something's got to be tossed in there too.
Whoa.
He's coming in with Supergirl. He's going to be there with the Supergirl movie. So.
I feel like that could be one of the we have multiple villains in the Superman movie, so I could see that. Yeah.
Do you think there's any way they could do Zod? Or has that already been done to death? Like, I feel like that's been done so much.
We talked about it a while ago, Frank, how Zod can come back, where he was got the message from, like, he's supposed to destroy the world, and that's what he's gonna do. Kind of thing.
He's following his Cal's parents' message or whatever. I can totally see that.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah,
I like that.
That's all I could think of really for him.
Yeah. God, it's good time. We're eating good on DC, man. I tell you, Marvel and DC right now, they're kicking pretty good. A couple things we'll push them until next week, but we want you guys to start thinking about them. Is the TikTok US buyout is in effect? So you have until December 16th is when the new deadline is pushed out. New owners, Oracle and whatnot. We'll talk about that more next week. Disney and Webtoons are teaming up to build a new digital comic platform. So again, we'll talk about that next week as well, but start thinking about things that you want done through the Webtoons format. Very different. And then, that's pretty much it. So let's end things off right here with recommendations for the week. What are you guys recommending this week?
While I've been healing, I've been watching a lot of Foundation.
Ooh,
and I've been diving deep into it. Man, like, it's not the best show of all time, but it does do some pretty interesting things. And like, you can see how it influenced Star Wars. You can see how it, like, there was kind of I think it was in like the 40s or 50s. It was kind of battling Dune. Like, the Foundation and Dune were like, there was two groups of nerds that were having like West Side Story beefs.
Yeah, best
because they're
fights.
like Dune's better, Foundation's better, and you could see how it's like similar but different.
Yeah.
But like Lee Pace in that show is a beast, and it's pretty interesting. I'm pretty hooked on Foundation right now. So if you guys haven't watched that, it's on Apple TV. I would check it out.
Just got
Pretty
renewed,
cool.
by the way.
Oh, it did for season 4?
Yep.
Oh, sick. Okay, I just binged all the way through 2, and now I'm on starting season 3.
Yeah.
But man, season 2 ended like you're like, where do they go from here?
Apparently, season 3 ends the same
Crazy.
way because I got a lot of comments who were like, "But that's impossible," and I'm like, "Hey, I don't know what to tell you."
I just reported the news, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, so the one thing that's pulled me away from World of Warcraft and totally don't even know what Marvel Rivals is anymore, Borderlands 4. Man, and you know what?
Oh, you are the person
I-
playing it. That's amazing.
No. Wow, disrespect. You know what I
You
want
know
to
what's
say?
got disrespect is the
I
DMC.
try-
The developer of that game's an asshole, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. He's such a jackass.
He is. He
Of
is.
Marvel
and-
Rivals?
No,
Borderlands.
Borderlands. He
Oh,
is an
okay,
ass.
okay.
Fuck, man, I have a hard time just not buying these games. So I tell myself I'm going to wait on these games, and every time I get it right away, I'm like, oh my God. Every year or every time it comes out, I tell myself, why do I tell myself I'm going to wait on these games? I freaking love these games. So yeah, he is an ass, but he also said like, hey, let's try to crash those servers and bring everybody on for last weekend. Basically, like he's trying to say test the servers, but he just wants everybody to play. But at the same time, he's giving you like a free skin if you do hop on during the weekend. So I'm like, what a punk move, but yeah, I'll take the skin.
You got me.
But I love Borderlands when it comes to the animation, the funkiness, wonkiness, whatever it is, and then all the guns and yeah, I love Borderlands. It really did pull me away from everything else right now.
I know
So,
it did.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so mine's gonna be right now. We're in the midst of Cloudward Ho for Dimension 20. So if you guys are D&D fans, I can't suggest it enough. It is some of the best storytelling I've seen, especially out of a TTRPG. And Critical Role is getting ready for Campaign 4. Brendan Lee Mulligan, who runs Cloudward Ho and all of Dropout or Dimension 20, is going to be DMing this one. And they just revealed all the character art for the new characters. And I think this is going to be the first time I'm watching Critical Role, so I'm very excited about that. I've been getting a lot of advice on TikTok from people on where to start and what to do. One thing that's really neat, and only Brendan could really do this, is they're going to be running 3 simultaneous campaigns that are intertwining with each other the entire time. So it's 3
What?
different groups they're running at the same time. The soldiers, the schemers, and the sorcerers or something like that. And like their stories are going to be intertwining the whole time. So it's like divide and conquer. It's going to be really neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not
They
too
must have like
confusing, yeah.
whiteboards around a building to keep track of that.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. If you watch what Brendan has done in the past, and I know Matt Mercer is very similar in the same way, like, yes, people have asked Brendan, like, how can you do this? And he's like, I don't know what's coming up with Marvel. All I do is this. And so it's like, okay, if that's all you eat and drink is D&D, then you can master this kind of thing. So
I got
this is a good time to start getting into that
That's
world, guys.
cool though.
Yeah. A lot of my suggestions are to watch that show that you keep telling me to watch. Gosh dang it, why can't I remember it? Critical Role show.
Dude, Legend of Vox Machina?
Everybody keeps telling me to watch that.
Holy
So,
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, did that win any Emmys? Like, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it didn't, but like it is that good.
Yeah.
Every season, like it's like anime because they always find ways to like level up the heroes, level up
Yeah.
the villains. I mean, like you're saying, it is D&D. I've never played, but like, man, it is so cool. It's so cool. I love that show.
Yeah. People are saying to watch that if you want to know the first campaign, because basically it's the first campaign.
Oh, sweet.
Speaking of anime real quick, or animation, did you guys see the announcement of the next League of Legends story
No, I did
on
not.
Netflix?
No.
They announced that it was going to be in Noxus. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Like it's in that like
Nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
area. Yeah, came out with the poster. Netflix came out with the poster. Try to
That's
send it
cool.
to you.
Hopefully
Dang.
it's gonna be
At-
versus Demacia. I think that's the key right there. Those two fighting.
Hopefully, it's just not going to be a fucking soundtrack in actual TV series. You know, just saying.
Dude, the soundtrack
There was-
slaps. Give me the
Well,
soundtrack.
yeah, but like everything was just so full of music. Like, let me listen to them talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Like, why is there always something in the background? Like, shut up.
Speaking of
God.
killer soundtrack, this
My
came
one
out
complaint.
literally 14 minutes ago. K-pop Demon Hunter has a new short film coming out really soon. So
Oh
No way,
I
really?
know, I know.
Keep talking dirty. Keep
Jonathan
talking
just
dirty.
watched that.
I
And he's
know.
like, by the way, Frank, you were 1,000% right on this movie. I'm like, I know I was.
Oh,
months ago, my
I
friend Drake, who used to be on Joystick,
Yeah.
was like, dude, you got to watch this. I was like, K-pop demon months
Oh, yeah.
ago.
yeah.
And yeah. And then I was like, all right, I put it on the background, I was doing laundry. I was like, this in like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, This is great.
No,
They fucking nailed
wonderful.
it.
I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
because the girls at the same time, but I'm not mad.
Me too, man.
No girls in the
It's on
car
my
with me, but still, I'm like,
playlist.
soda pop, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Golden all day.
Golden is so good.
Oh man.
All right, real quick roundtable on the network. So over at Challenge Accepted, we just did Dirty Dancing. The next is going to be The Wrestler and Recovery Peacemaker every week. Join us over there.
Hold on. Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
The old movie?
Yeah.
Why? What? How'd that come about?
we're having guests come on.
Freaking Watts.
Yeah, we're having
Oh,
guests come
blood
on
eyes
while
over
Thomas
here.
is sitting out. So they get to challenge me to a
Damn,
movie.
Okay, I like that.
I had never.
man.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? I had never seen Dirty Dancing before that.
What?
What?
And
And
that
I-
is crazy.
That
Freaking
is
loved
crazy.
It was so damn good.
Oh my gosh, man.
See, we can throw more chick flicks in there.
I was
Damn.
I was like, dude, I love this movie. It's so good. Okay, so
That's fine.
that's what's going on over there.
Great episode too. Great episode.
It was, yeah. Then Outlast Podcast is going to be returning. I said on the 24th. It's actually on the 25th for their 15th season or some crazy shit. So check out Outlast Podcast. It can't be 15th, but anyways. Distance Nerding is going to be at CrackerCon with myself there. We're going to be interviewing a lot of people and running panels, so check that out. Phantom Portals just did Zombieland, and they have a bunch in the hopper now that he's back from his sick leave. They just did Zombieland, and then we have
Another good episode.
Yeah, Anime Plus just did their fall 2025 watch list. So if you're not sure what to be watching, they're kind of setting you up for that. And then that's pretty much it for Around the Network right now. Disney Moms did record something, and then they deleted the file, so they're delayed a little
Whoa.
bit. Yeah.
They must not like it.
Susan blames Diana,
What?
and Diana blames Susan. So it's one of those two.
What do they talked about first?
Cheetah
Do you
Girls.
remember? Yeah, delete it.
Oh, let's
I'm
go.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So they got to
I don't-
rewatch it and or re-record that one. But yeah, that's what's going on in the network, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please make sure you guys drop us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And hey, if you want to share the podcast with others, we don't hate you for it. Thank you so much for hanging with us, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Why you?
Aloha.